Whenever I know that the students can easily access this and easily use and accomplish their goal in the nursing program in NCLEX, that really gives me pleasure.
Today we're going to speak to ACC nursing instructor Dr. Mekonnen Birru, who recently completed a study guide for the NCLEX nursing exam. So before you tell me about your book, tell me about the NCLEX exam and kind of why it's important for students in their career.
The NCLEX is an exam that every nurse, registered nurse or practical nurse, in Texas we call that LVN, but in some other states like California we call LPN, licensed practical nurses. So after they complete their courses in any school, it can be community college or a university or sometimes in hospital, but now we don't have that much anymore. They have to take that final exam to be licensed to practice nursing. So that is what NCLEX is. They can take multiple times, but the school where they complete the program evaluated based on the first attempt. So let's say if you have 8 students and 4 of them fail on the first attempt, that means the students they get a chance to take it again and again, I think up to 4 years.
But our pass rate is still what
it's
it
going
is
to be
from that
like
first
50%. So yeah, it is.
And what is our pass rate typically for? I know, it's
here
not that. So what is it? It's important because a lot of people.
No, we've been the last how many years? 98% or above.
Right.
In 2021, our pass rate was 100%. That is registered nurse or RN program, but the
LVN program is a different story.
It's been 100% for the last 15 years.
So we have now had one student who did not pass that exam the first time in
that is
more than a decade.
Outlier, yes.
We talk about how this exam is very important. You have to pass it in order to be a licensed nurse. It's just like any other licensure exam. So what kind of motivated you to come up with your own, I guess, like exam guide to help these students?
Yeah.
Especially since, we're so good at it anyway. So
look, I joined Alvin Community College, which I am very proud of, in 2015. Now, I've been here in 10 years. So 5 years ago, I had a mentor by the name Christine Elzener. She is now no more working with us, but was a great instructor. So we decided, we can make the remediation very effective in the last term of our program. And then we came up with this remediation test plan preparation. So we decided to make the last term of their program as a remediation time. So we got a draft and working on it, and the students needs to do like 1,400 questions and that kind of stuff. And that was very successful. And then I don't know how they found out the National League of Nursing, the NLN, they talked to me and then they gave me an award for excellence for that.
Okay.
So while I was attending the conference when receiving the award, somebody told me, why don't you come up with a remediation plan, not only for Alvin Community College, but the entire state or nation. So that since then I started working on it, and then what I have done is to elaborate the test plan, which is a National Council of Licensure Examination test plan. They have a test plan in expanded form. So it took me about 5 years now, finally came to life, and I think now the students are using it.
So how do you feel, first of all, how did it feel to kind of go through that process and write something like this and then be able to finish it?
It has been a great ride. I love it. I love nursing. I've been a nurse for about 20 years now. Graduated in 2004, working every unit, med-surg, IMCU, ICU, neuro-ICU. And when I start working on this, I see 2 ways. One, I'm helping the future generation to have a very effective education in schools like Alvin. The other one is to put my knowledge, all this experience into some tangible form. So when I look at it, this is like a child. I have 3 boys, so this is the 4th one.
So you kind of feel like it's like basically almost like a physical existence of what you know and what you've been able to learn over the years. How does it make you feel when you see students reading this after you've done all this work and you've completed this kind of a monument, to see them kind of working on it and knowing that you're helping these students? Because it's more than just teaching a class.
Exactly.
And now they're like, this is like that final hurdle that they have to pass through. Kind of how do you feel seeing them do that?
I feel great. But more than that, when I see my students go through the remediation process, and now when I know that they have something to really work on it and help them to be successful, that gives me excitement. And every single time when I see students, this remediation process, the students, they have to do 1,400 questions during these 4 months, the last term. So before this textbook, the first day of the term, I stand in front of the class and I tell them, you have to come up with these 1,400 questions. Based on, there are 8 major sections in the NCSBN, which they are tested on. So some of the students, they tell me, Dr. Birru, where do we get these 1,400 questions? I tell them this is Sanders, this is ATI, and Hasey. And now, over the last 5 years, I came up with those 1,400 questions. Imagine you're a student, instead of just searching all over and instead getting in one textbook or in a Kindle with a price of a cup of Starbucks coffee, which I make them only $9.99, and that gives me pleasure. And the reward.
So you don't sell it at higher, like one of those astronomical $300.
No. Students in the Kindle version, they get 2,400 questions with answers rationally, all the NCSBN guiding topics, just $9.99 on Kindle, and they have it in their phone.
Okay. So I know there's a lot of technical language, I'm assuming.
Yes.
In nursing. But can you give me, succinctly as you can you tell me kind of some of the material that it covers? I know it has to be comprehensive,
exactly.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
What is the approach to the book and how it prepares them for it? Again,
very fair.
As less technically as you can get
very fair questions. The NCLEX the exam is prepared by the NCSBN. So this NCSBN is abbreviated as the National Councils of it. They have 8 major areas, and they give us a booklet, which we share these booklets with our students in the last term. I quoted the last term. I am the one, they deal with me in the last term before they step out from Alvin. So they have 8 major areas of testing, which one is safety and effective care management, which is management of care. So in these 8 major areas, there's 100% of their exams. Normally they get 105 questions on their NCLEX. So what I have done is took those 8 major areas and put this into 8 chapters. And in each major areas, they have about 20 subsections. So I give them that 20 subsections subtitles for my book. And I explain
just a more easier reference between what they'll take on the exam and how to study for it.
Exactly. For example, on the first management of care, the NCSBN status integrate advanced directives into client plan of care. What I've done is define those and include in the textbook what they need to know about those. And they give them 20 questions each section. So when you look at this textbook, in each of these subtitles, there are 20 questions. So for the entire 8 chapters, when you multiply it by 20, is 160. For 160 subtitles, multiply 20 questions. So that's what but so when a student read this textbook or in the Kindle version, that means they have the entire test plan for the NCLEX.
So it's more than just a study guide. It's almost kind of like a map for what they're going to be doing when they take the exam.
Exactly.
And that's provided by NCLEX, by the way, that the format of the test and all that stuff. It's not like you're getting inside knowledge or anything.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And so this is not just our college that's going to be getting this. Like, these are students in other programs who might also benefit from using this book and so forth, correct, or no?
Exactly. Now, as I said earlier, the last 5 years, we pretty much our students have been using that without the textbook or without this one complete format. Now, we want to go beyond Alvin because we've been great. I'm very proud of Alvin, and wherever I go, I tell about Alvin because, the students are amazing, and the faculty in ADN program, the LVN program, they are amazing. So why don't we just expand?
Open it up.
Yeah, exactly, in Texas and all of us. So this is published by Amazon. Anybody in the United States and all over the world pretty much can get a hand on it.
So do you know of any other schools that have been trying to use it or no?
I have one book, Success in RN Program, which the other college required textbook.
Okay.
There is another book, Denver College of Nursing, they are using for the remediation process of this textbook. So
where is it at?
It's in Denver, but they have I think, a sister school here.
Oh, okay.
In Texas.
Okay.
I'm so excited, and it's not just my personal achievement that I'm so happy about. Whenever I know that the students can easily access this and easily use and accomplish their goal in the nursing program in NCLEX, that really gives me pleasure.
Thank you for listening. To read about these stories and more, visit alvincollege.edu/news.